A Wani video. China's deadly bubble eye disaster. I think I've seen this one already because it's a new video, but there are a lot of things that are going on that are a lot the same. Same. But again, like I say, with every Wani video, whatever Wani's talking about can literally be said about anywhere else. Can be said about the United States. Can be said there are people who literally seek gratification from everyone else online, or try to follow what their influencers tell them to do, and they destroy their own body. I'm going to say this now. Be comfortable with who you are. Don't try and chase something that is unreachable. Be comfortable with who you are as a person. Because as long as you're content, as long as you're happy, you will actually be able to go further in life and live a happy life. Because it's about your own happiness. It's about being comfortable in your own skin. You don't want to be comfortable in someone else's skin. You don't want to be Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. You want to be you want to be yourself. You want to always be comfortable with who you are. Don't be Buffalo Bill.
Have you been sleeping? You have? How dare you? Are you asking to look ugly? Come on, let me see those eye bags of yours. Let's fill them a little bit more, shall we? Don't worry, as long as you don't touch them, they won't pop. I promise. Oh boy, do I have a crazy one for you guys today. Because last time we talked about eyelids, but this time it's the opposite. We're talking about eye bags. People across Asia have been eating up the egg yolk style aesthetic for years now, and many
the funny thing is, again, I've said this like almost every single time I watch a Wani video, I think except for the last one where it was about the Playboy. Every single person in China is trying to copy my wife. They're all copying my wife. They're wanting the big eyes. They're wanting the perfect lips. They're wanting like the perfect hairline. They're wanting like the perfect like every single thing. They're literally chasing my wife's how my wife looks. Every single detail. They're chasing it. And even here, they're chasing my wife because my wife would spend time. She loves to read. She loves to. She's a genius. She's an absolute genius. And the problem with that is like it comes like she has trouble sleeping. Sorry, if you don't want me talking about it, say it now. Speak it now. But she's incredibly intelligent, and sometimes she just constantly is busy looking things up, like finding out more. And yeah, you get the aesthetic. You get the aesthetic. Bro is glazing his wife as she thinks she is seeing the stream. Yeah, she's seeing the stream. She's seeing the stream. She's probably not going to say nothing, but she's seeing the stream. But the thing is, like, every single time we watch a Wani video, they're like chasing her aesthetic. And the thing is, like, I tell her she needs more sleep. I tell her she needs more sleep. It's just get to sleep. Just get to sleep. Just get to sleep. Because I sleep well. I sleep like a rock. I sleep like a rock. But like I wake up to go to the bathroom. She's just doing something. She's doing something. But yeah, I always find it fascinating that in these Wani videos, every single time they're trying to get to what my wife already has naturally. Just naturally gifted, just naturally beautiful. But then again, I went to India for my wife, so maybe that's why all the Indian hate comes from China. They want that beauty. They want that aesthetic.
influencers in China are even injecting filler to get a more pronounced under eye bag look. When I say that, you probably assume that they go to a doctor. But no. They do it themselves at home after watching a 1-minute Douyin tutorial, which ultimately ends up with millions of people getting the bubble eye effect. This is where your eye bags start inflating and bulging out to the point where at any moment, it can literally pop. We're talking about the infamous lying silkworm injections, or in Chinese, 窝痰, and it looks exactly as it sounds, silkworms under your eye. The whole idea is based on egg style, the tiny little puff right underneath your eyelid that naturally appears when some people smile. Normally, it's subtle. But because platforms like Douyin and Xiaohongshu have this magical ability to take something that's completely natural...
Wait, hang on. Do I have it? Yeah, I got it. I got him. I got him. Maybe this aesthetic is trying to go for mine. It's the natural puff under my eye. The natural puff. Oh my gosh. The funny thing is like, I don't know. I'm fine with it. Did you guys practice yoga today? It's the International Yoga Day. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I did my exercise yesterday, so I'm gonna do my stretching today, which basically is yoga.
and then crank it up to the maximum overdrive until it goes viral, instead of a small under eye ridge, people are ending up with these giant swollen bubble eye bags that look like they're one sneeze away from exploding. Many netizens started joking that it looks like there's a small caterpillar right under your eye. I mean, it low-key looks satisfying to pop though. Imagine if you just take like a toothpick.
It's like a pimple where you just pop. You just pop it and squirts everywhere. We did stretching. I think that counts. Yeah, that's yoga. That's yoga.
And just like poke it. Sorry. And the worst part is that it's not just a side effect of appearance, because some people are ending up with infections, ulcers, and eye bags bursting. I mean, sometimes the filler in the eye bag starts drooping downwards and even spread all over your face. But let's talk about what people were actually trying to achieve in the first place. Lying silkworm or under eye bag procedures that make your eyes appear larger, softer, and more youthful. You either look 5 years younger or you haven't slept.
Do I look young? Do I look young? I'm curious. Do I actually look? Because I don't know how I look. I don't know how I look. I mean, if I take off my hat, I know I look far older because everyone thought I was the oldest sibling in the family because I've been shaving my head since I was in college, and everyone thought I was old. Everyone thought I was the oldest, but not so much now because now my oldest brother is losing his hair. And my older brother thinks he's gonna lose his hair soon too, but I don't think so. I don't think so. He has a luscious locks. But yeah, do I look young? Because I have no clue. I have no clue. But yeah, I mean, I'm the middle. I'm the middle of the 5 boys, and everyone thought I was the oldest.
In weeks.
Don't
touch him.
那就继续戳吧。有些机构不要再拿我的卧蚕当失败案例了，虽然说它真的很失败，不然我真的生气了。我的眼袋，明天就要去把它搞掉啦。
Normally I read what they're saying, but I can't look. I can't look. I can't look while they're touching it. While they're touching it, it's like. No. Like, I have no problem, like, touching my eye. And I'm pretty sure this disgusts a lot of people, where you can touch the eye. But that, because it's unnatural. Well, touching my eye, I guess, is unnatural. But that's something they injected into themselves and can pop at any moment. And it's what is it when you get like a callus after working outside for so long, or like working with your hands, and then they welt up? But then again, that's natural. This is literally close to your eye. It's close to your eye.
最后来合个影吧。
When it's natural, most people don't even notice it consciously. It's like one of those features that are just working in the background quietly. But Chinese influencers don't do quietly. For people who don't have a naturally pronounced aegosal or under eye bag, cosmetic procedures started offering ways to create it artificially. The most common method involves injecting filler right under your lower eyelid to create that raised appearance. And the most frequently used material is...
I don't like needles. I don't like needles. I don't like needles, which is funny. Like, so if I go to give blood, I'm more than likely to pass out. Like, the last time I went to donate blood, I passed out. But I grew up going every single week to the doctor to get my blood drawn. That I thought I was immune to it. But now that I'm an adult, the last time I went, and my wife was there with me, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna pass. I need to pass out. I need to drink some water. 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 It's like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, I mean, I've learned I don't like needles. I don't like needles. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that it reminds me of when I was sick growing up, or it's just because I was a kid and I just had to suck it up and deal with it because it was my life on the line, that I was like, you know what? I'll be an adult and I'll just deal with it. Maybe I always had a phobia of needles. But like my mother told me, like when I was a kid and it was like getting the vaccines, I was the first to get up on the doctor's table and then get my vaccines. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Because nowadays it's just, and especially in seeing it injected in other people. I have no problem seeing the needle go in. I just have a problem like when the blood comes out and everything. But seeing a needle get injected in somebody else, that always triggers me.
Hyaluronic acid, my best friend. It's one of the most common fillers used in cosmetic procedures. Minimally invasive, recovery is relatively quick, and in many cases, it can be dissolved if something goes wrong. Sounds great, right? But the problem is that many of these beauty clinics are buying these products online. Real medical fillers are expensive. I mean, there's a reason why these medical clinics charge what they charge. So instead, people start using counterfeit products to inject into their eyes. I guess you could call them Temu injections. Online marketplaces became suspiciously filled with these cheap filler products, and people scavenged to find the best deals with the best discounts. Now, genuine hyaluronic acid products come in sealed packaging, and these counterfeit versions usually have some very strange packaging. Like, look at the lettering and the registration of some of these. All right, before we get back into it, you may have a boring wall like mine, but worry no more. This plate has caught you covered. They were nice enough to send me these posters, and the craziest thing is that these are literally metal. They're not paper or
Honestly,
canvas. It's literally high quality.
I'm okay with this ad. I'm okay with this ad because it's a really nice poster he's showing off, and metal. Like I like the metal. I like the metal. I like something that can last and easy to store.
Quality metal, and especially the 3D texture option that honestly makes it pop and shine even more. And look at my setup right now. Compared to how they look together, it genuinely looks like a gallery now. And the other thing, no drilling. There's a magnet system. You just stick it onto the wall and swap whenever you want it. I mean, it took me less than a minute. This is something I wish I had sooner because most of the posters I use always rip my walls. These start to feel more like a collection piece too. They've also got over 2 million designs, licensed stuff like One Piece, Cyberpunk, and independent artists you won't find anywhere else. So whatever you like, it's
Then why did he get Naruto? Get One Piece, man. Get One Piece.
probably on there. Right now you can get 22% off one, 27% off two.
I mean, why? Of course he's a fan of anime. Of course he's a fan of anime. Of course he is. It's like, well, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I look at like my screen over here, I look at my screen where the chat is and everything, because I look at this screen, I see what he has, his aesthetic, his anime girls in the background, and then I look at mine. I swear, every time I'm watching a Wani video, I think this is part of my shelf. These girls are a part, like on my shelf. It's like, wait a minute, I don't have waifus like that. He's got them everywhere.
Or 33% off 3 or more with code WANI. If you're interested, the link's in the description, and it automatically applies a discount at checkout. Huge thanks to Display for sponsoring.
You know, I might actually, I might. I'm not gonna lie, I actually might. Just for me, because this one right here, I drew this. Me and my wife. It's me and my wife. This is before we had actually had a chance to meet up, because of course she was in India. So I drew it. I drew it in like 4 years before we got married as a promise. It's like, oh, we're gonna get married. And here's the proof. And I drew it.
This video, now let's get back into it, which is how we end up with the bubble eye bag cases. You get these pus-filled eye bags.
Come on. I was enjoying your content. I don't know if that's a bad thing, where I was having more fun with his ad than his actual video. His actual video is so cringy, but his ad was the thing I enjoyed the most because it was like, yeah, I can relate to that. I like posters. Yeah, the fact that it's metal. Oh, it's magnet. That's amazing. Oh, yeah, I drew this. Like, I like that. I like the ad. Maybe he should just do an ad video. I'd so watch it. I'd so watch the ad video. But, oh my goodness. This, come on.
That sometimes look like it's a transparent bubble that's about to burst. This has been happening everywhere, and it's mainly due to the counterfeit products as well as the injection method of these beauty clinics. They usually inject way too much and expect that a couple days later it will settle. Except, not everybody reacts to it the same, especially for unlicensed products. So what starts to happen is that the liquid inside your eye bag starts bloating and starts spreading to different parts of your face.
今天还是水泡，而且比昨天还肿。这只眼是眼尾肿，这只眼是眼头肿。今天的眼头好肿。今天我们这边出太阳，本来我心情可好了，但是当我拿起手机看到我卧蚕的那一刻，就那一刹那，不要做，真的别做。这个卧蚕项目我真的不推荐。
This is no joke because these chemicals are so close to your eyes when they're being injected. One mistake can literally make you go blind. Which leads us to the case of Miss Liu from Hangzhou. Now, Miss Liu wasn't trying to become some experimental cosmetic pioneer. She wanted the same thing that thousands of people wanted, lying silkworm eyes. That's it. So she decided to get these under eye bag filling procedures at Hangzhou Medical Aesthetics Clinic. And that same night, everything started going wrong. She started experiencing severe inflammation, allergic reactions, so naturally she wanted the filler dissolved as fast as possible, which should have been the beginning of fixing the problem, but instead, during the attempts of trying to fix the filler, the staff member squeezed her under eye bag so aggressively that it popped. Yeah, her eye bag literally
read it.
bursted open.
Or
And
saw
that
it.
wasn't the end of it. Because after multiple dissolving procedures, ulcers started developing around her eyes. And according to Miss Liu, right after the first dissolving procedure, the clinic aggressively netted the area around her eyes and made things even worse. The force caused tissue damage, and attempts to dissolve the filler weren't effective either. So now she's dealing with tissue damage, failed corrections, and just all sorts of different complications. And then in April of 2025, more ulcerations started appearing in the corner of her eyes. So at that point, she was just referred to a hospital in Shanghai, and the doctors diagnosed her with severe inflammation due to a unknown product. And now she says that the corners of her eyes have been stuck together permanently. Her vision became limited and her whole face continues to be swollen. Meanwhile, the clinic reportedly
I like how everyone changed the topic to talking about art because, again, Wani's ad was so perfectly placed. It was more enjoyable than this disturbing thing. 'Cause someone going blind, someone ruining their life off of trend. Yeah, I don't do real art. I don't do real art. I do digital. I do digital. I get a tablet, I zoom in, and I do it that way. That's my art. That's my art. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. But the fact that people are chasing trends, and who thinks a baggy eye look is the caterpillars under the eyes. Again, different places all have different kind of beauty aesthetics, no matter where you are. Of course, in the world, there's like a generalized beauty standard, like a generalized, like thin, curvaceous, not all the time, but like, you know, moderately, where you can see the hourglass figure. Like there are standards around the globe, which is normally considered the middle ground for like what the world perceives as attractive. But then each location, each area has like its own nitpicky, oh, this is that this is it. Like, what is it? Like a couple hundred years ago, it was the beauty mark, where they'd put the makeup on and then someone put like a dab on the cheek. And some places that little mark on the cheek is considered beautiful still. Is considered beautiful. Like that's the thing. It's like still the beauty standards change and beauty standards evolve and beauty standards are different everywhere. And beauty standards, sadly, in this day and age, can change on a week-to-week, a minute-to-minute basis. On a minute-to-minute basis.
argued that these allergic reactions are relatively common and they can easily be controlled with medication. Look, I'm not a lawyer, but if somebody's eye tissue starts ulcerating after multiple correction procedures, I feel like we've moved way beyond the just take some medicine stage. That's just my theory. The clinic also offered around 150,000 yuan in compensation, so roughly 25k. But Miss Liu wasn't satisfied with that offer. I mean, given everything that she'd gone through, it's not hard to understand why. To make matters even worse, the manufacturer of the injection stated that there wasn't really a solution for this specific type of allergic reaction. And this is exactly why doctors constantly warn people about these eye bag procedures. The skin beneath your eyes is incredibly thin. I mean, it's packed with blood vessels and tissues. One mistake can literally make your eye bag start imploding. So, influencers took that advice and decided to apply it themselves. Literally. Because you see a bunch of these botched procedures and these horrifying cases and stories everywhere online. People start thinking, nah, why would I pay a trained doctor when I have Douyin? Yep, we've reached the point in the timeline where people are voluntarily trying to give themselves eye bags. This caused a whole DIY self-injection culture that started appearing all over Chinese social media. People started buying hyaluronic acid injection packages online, and then they started injecting themselves at home because they were trying to save money and thought that clinics were going to be too expensive. Others had previous cosmetic work that they weren't happy with, and somehow reached to the conclusion that they would be a better doctor than the doctor. Yeah, maybe I should start doing medical procedures in my apartment. Douyin and Xiaohongshu became flooded with these videos of influencers constantly posting content about eye bag fillers, at-home injections, DIY procedures, people sitting in front of cameras doing these injection tutorials in less than 60 seconds. The comments would be full of people asking, where do I buy these products? How do I get them? Does it hurt? How much does it cost? Not whether if they should try it or not. And why would you get your advice from an influencer anyways? It's gone to a point where people would literally hire other people to come do injections for them, or even just tell their friends to come over and they'll do it for them for a small price. I mean, there was this 40-year-old woman who decided that she wanted to look younger. Pretty normal goal. Unfortunately, the method she chose was significantly less normal. She wanted to save money to do an injection herself at home. So she purchased something called a water light injection online. And after buying it, she started watching Douyin tutorials on what to do. And after watching the videos, she just started injecting it onto her face in her own place. And then she went to sleep. And then the next morning, she felt some weird pain and swelling in her right cheek. So she went to get it checked out. And it turns out that one of those tiny needles broke and ended up inside of her face. And it wasn't staying still. It was moving around overnight. Like, first it started moving from her eye bag.
You won't put needle anywhere near my eye? No, you're not putting needle anywhere near me. I don't care if I'm having an allergic reaction to anything. You are not sticking me with nothing. If I get an allergic reaction, that's just God telling me it was my time to go. Because I don't need that long freaking needle going directly into my chest. No way. No freaking way. Keep the needles away from me. Oh.
Bag all the way down to her cheekbone, and then she said she couldn't even like open her mouth or even blink because of the pain. And doctors quickly warned that if the needle started moving up to her nerves or her blood vessels, it could be really bad. So they quickly removed it from inside her mouth and took it out. So not only is the risk of counterfeit injections already bad enough, but manually operating on yourself, most people can't even give themselves a haircut. And unfortunately, the DIY crowd wasn't the only problem, because one thing Chinese influencers just don't like hearing is that not everybody is a suitable candidate for these procedures. When your under eye area is relatively small when your face is relaxed, but then becomes super large when you...
Now you're going to stick me with a needle when I go to sleep? Then I'm not going to sleep. I'll sleep outside. I'll get in the car and drive to a safe location. Oh, I'm starting to get scared here because it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. I hate needles, and now I'm getting threatened that I'm gonna get poked in my sleep. Oh.
Start smiling. Getting these fillers is generally not recommended for those kind of people. The best candidates tend to be people whose under eye bags are small when their face is relaxed and still small when they're making facial expressions. And people couldn't accept that. But there's always a workaround, right? Why not make yourself suitable for it by using another part of your body? Because injections aren't the only way. Some people wanted a more permanent, pronounced result, so people started transplanting artificial tissue into their eye bags. This involves making a 2 to 3 millimeter incision right under the eyelid and transplanting artificial tissue into the area. But the thing is, if it's not absorbed by...
Levi gave more expressions in these 2 minutes than any Hollywood actor gave in this entire career. Well, some Hollywood actors. Very few Hollywood actors are actually genuine or good. But, I mean, I'm creeped out. I'm creeped out. And I'm afraid for right now. I mean, I have a feeling if I hear that door open, I'm gonna probably jump out of my chair and try to run out that door. Because it's just like you might see a syringe flying through. I mean, I don't think we actually have a needle in the house. I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe for a while. I think I'm safe. Unless I look online and I see a needle's been purchased or I see a tiny box come in the mail. That's when I'm gonna be afraid. But I think I'm safe. I don't think we have needles. I don't think we have needles. Oh, crap. No, we have the tiny little push pins. Like, you know, the nails that are incredible. No. I saw it today. There's a paper, not a paper clip. It's fused for, like, clothes to pin it together. Clothespin. There's a clothespin in the room. Shoot. I saw it just before streaming. I saw it just before streaming. Holy crap. Now I'm worried. Now I'm worried because it won't be a needle. It'll be a clothespin.
By your body, you're pretty much cooked. Because there's this viral case on the news of a woman who decided that fillers just weren't enough. It just didn't give them the look that they wanted. They wanted something that was a bit more exaggerated and pronounced.
It's not funny.
So
it's not funny.
They took another part of their body and put it into their eye bag. This woman's name is Xiao Ho, who somehow ended up in a completely different rabbit hole. Xiao Ho wanted the egg cell so badly that it involved her getting tissue from her booty and transplanting it into her eye bags. We are truly living in fascinating times. Xiao Ho had always been dissatisfied with the fact that she didn't have these naturally obvious under eye bags. After researching her options, she chose this hospital that had apparently really good ratings. The surgeon recommended that take some meat from behind there and just put it in your eye bag because it would make more sense since it's body chemistry and it'll absorb better. The doctors explained the process and she knew there would be a scar, but she thought that this would give her that look that she'd been wanting for her whole life. And unfortunately, she ended up with
her whole life. Her whole life. The aesthetic is probably something that started a few months ago. But oh no, I realized even though it's become popular in the past few months, it's the look I've been craving my entire life. But why do people look at things like the world ending It's like the high school. Oh, I need that specific prom dress because I need to look the part. I need that. Like, this was the joke back in the day in like the old Hollywood movies when there was like prom. I never went to prom. I never went to a school dance. I never went. Well, then again, I was sick, so of course I didn't. But that was always the cliche. It was just like, you have to get me that dress. And then at the end of the film, it's a lesson to be learned that, oh, it's not about the dress. It's about the experience. But no, it was all about the dress. It was all, I'm going to work 10 times hard. I'm going to have to get my own job. And then everyone's wearing the same dress at the event. And the one who has the most fun is like the girl who dressed comfortably and just went to have fun. Like, there's always a message there. But yeah, it's just like people view things like the end of the world. Like they get something in their head. And if they don't have it, it's the end of the world. I don't understand that mindset. I don't understand that mindset.
These swollen bubble eye bags. Not only that, but it was asymmetrical, bulging out, and obviously not anything like the result she was promised. And what makes this even more painful is that Xiaoho actually took an online loan just to pay for this. So now she's in debt. I'm gonna take out a loan. Oh, for a car? No, silly, for my eye bags. And after getting the procedure, her boyfriend not only broke up with her, but also told her that her eyes looked ugly and even like sarcastically joked that she should just keep messing with them. At this point, Xiaoho just really wanted answers. She wanted accountability and somebody to explain what happened. So she went out to the hospital and they basically ghosted her and blocked her. Peak customer service. And of course, once the journalists and the media got involved, the hospital's attitude completely changed. Suddenly, discussions were happening and they were willing to cover the costs. The hospital eventually offered corrective procedures and said that they would handle the expenses, but they also wanted to wait 3 months before operating again. And the reason is because they needed the tissue to start softening first. Operating too early would potentially make things even worse, which makes medical sense, right? Or rather, they're trying to finesse her after the reporters left. Obviously, after being ignored and blocked by a beauty clinic, she's not just gonna take their word for everything. The hospital claimed that they had always intended to help and that there had always been a plan. They just needed some time and they just need to wait. She smelled the cat from a mile away. So instead, she got them to sign a written agreement and then she would later get it fixed. Once again, influencers are taking an aesthetic that originally came from makeup techniques, then permanently applying it onto their face. If you think about it, it is actually pretty scary how people easily get trapped in this cosmetic procedure loop. They get their eyes done, which starts revealing other imperfections on their face, which they want to get fixed as well. Even though those imperfections have been there from the start, I mean, it's just a placebo effect at this point. Honestly, if you guys somehow
see
end
their
up
own
with these
problems.
bubble eyes, even watching this video, just please, let me pop them for you.
No. I don't know. That video was just disturbing. That video was incredibly disturbing. The best part about the video was his ad, was the product placement, was his promotional video. That was the best thing about that video, because it's just seeing people destroy themselves. And like what he's saying at the end is just like, yeah, as soon as you go down the rabbit hole of finding issues about yourself, you will always find more issues. Be comfortable with who you are. Like, I know I have excess weight. I could easily get a shot for it. I can go the Ozempic route, or I can go the liposuction route, or I can go the freezing fat route, or I can go the parasite in my stomach route, or I can actually do the deed of exercising and losing my excess fat, which I have been doing. Every now and then I make some progress, and then I fall back on. But I've still been doing good. I've still been doing good. Still been keeping up with it. But the thing is, like, there's always something. Always something. I can go to Turkey and get a hair transplant. I can go and get my teeth fixed because I have like they're not completely straight. I have one right here, which is the tooth is like this towards each other when it's supposed to be like rounded. It's like this. I have one tooth that's like this, but I'm okay with it. I have all my teeth. I'm still able to floss. I'm still able to brush. I'm still doing good. I mean, again, you can always point out the tiny little things that you want to have changed. Like, no, I'm comfortable. I like who I am. Everyone needs to find that in themselves, though. Sure, maybe something like a cleft lip. Maybe something like after you've had plugs in your ears. Is it called plugs? You know, the thing where they extend their ear out to like being this big. Maybe you can do some reconstructive surgery where they sew it closed once again. Like, for something like that, I can understand. For something like that, I can understand. Because it's you want to look like everybody else. But literally, when you look perfectly fine to the world, yet you need to have the Botox injections, you need to have the eye filler, you need to have the lip filler, you need to have the butt lift, you need to, like, no, you don't need that. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be comfortable with who you are. Don't become Buffalo Bill. I think that's his name. I've been talking about him a lot. Buffalo Bill. Don't be Buffalo Bill. Let me look him up real quick. I think that's him. Oh. Delete. Oh, Bill. Yeah, Buffalo Bill. You don't want to be Buffalo Bill. You want to be comfortable with who you are. You don't want to be the psychotic Buffalo Bill. Be comfortable with who you are. Be happy. If there are little things, minute changes you can make, look for, use makeup. You go to the gym. Go make physical and personal changes in your life. Change your eating habits, change your exercise habits, change your addictions. Like, there are always things you can do to kind of balance out. And because everyone needs to be more comfortable in who they are. Not the, oh, I'm gonna change myself so that way I'm gonna do a massive surgery so that way everyone feels everyone thinks better of me. Because that mindset will get you nowhere. Because in the end, nobody will ever think more of you than yourself. You will never make the world happy. Work on making yourself happy. Not the world. Yourself.
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.